Bob wakes up one morning with a big smile on his face. Today he's turning 70. He swings his legs out of bed, looks down at his toes and says, "Good morning, toes. How are you today? Did you know you're 70 now? Oh, the times we had together. Those Sunday walks in the park. Those nights we rocked and rolled across the dance floor with all the young ladies. Happy birthday, toes." Then Bob glances at his knees and says, "Hello, knees. How are you holding up? Can you believe you're 72? Remember all those parades we marched in? All that dancing we did with the beautiful ladies? Happy birthday, knees." Finally, Bob looks down at his crotch and sighs, "Hello, Willie. You little traitor. If you were still alive today, you'd be 70 years old." I went into a booth and sat down. A moment later, someone entered the stall next to mine. To be polite, I coughed just to let him know the booth was occupied. Then I heard, "Hello." I froze, a little surprised, but stayed quiet. Again, he said, "Hello." This time I awkwardly replied, "Hey." Then he asked, "How are you?" "I'm good. How about you?" I answered, trying to sound normal. Then he said, "What are you doing later today?" At this point, I was seriously uncomfortable. I mean, talking to a guy through the stall wall while we're both doing our business, not exactly ideal, so I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Jack, I'ma call you back. This asshat in the toilet next to me is replying to everything." There were 3 nurses working in a morgue. They entered a room where they discovered a dead man lying on bed with a heart-on. The first nurse was excited and said, "Wow, I have never seen that before. I can't let that go to waste." After saying this, the first nurse sat and wrote it. The second nurse also did the same. The third nurse said she couldn't as she was on her period and it will be a mess after. After a bit of convincing, she eventually wrote it. After 3 minutes, the man woke up. The nurses said, "What the hell? You were dead a few minutes ago." The man replied, "Yeah, I was, but I feel great now that I have had 2 jump starts and a blood transfusion." Ben and Josh were in the middle of an intense Call of Duty match when their parents suddenly burst into the living room. Their dad shouted, "You boys play that darn game way too much. Get your arses outside and do something real. I don't want to see you 2 again until tea time." Before they could protest, he kicked them both out the door. Then, turning to his wife, he grinned and said, "Finally, some alone time." As he began unbuttoning his trousers, she gave him a mischievous smile and slipped off her top. A few minutes later, walking down the street, Ben turned to Josh and said, "I can't believe we just got kicked out of our own live stream." "I know," Josh replied, checking his phone. "But dude, you should see the views we're getting."